And let me just give you some synopsis or my ideas why I came up with this article called Accelerate Your Business Growth. You know, this was published last Saturday, and Saturday, if I believe the 2nd of September, uh, and over ABS-CBN. So the reason I came up with this is something like I'd like to share with you some of the things that I want to highlight. First of all, the title of the article is Accelerate Your Business. You know, as any entrepreneur who will always tell you, in business you cannot be stagnant, you cannot be remaining forever and forever the same. You always have to think about making or growing that business. So the first thing is that I always tell people, the first thing is know your products and services. Um, it may be something very simple, but in my experience, some entrepreneurs would always say they don't even know what their product or services are. Simply because, put it this way, there are so many products that they have come up with, and probably they have not even zeroed in on what's their specialization. You know, being in business is that you have to focus, exactly focus where you want to be. Know what your products are, what your strengths are. It's not just selling like, for example, peanut butter or coming up with chips. What is it that you're really good at? What services do you have? For example, my business is into consultancy, but specifically I focus on small, medium entrepreneurs. And really what I want to help is I'm very focused in making them grow their business. So that's my product, that's my services. So this is something that you have to look into as an entrepreneur. Know your product and know your services, because when you are asked what is it that you're doing, you have to know in a very simple, plain language what your business is all about. The third is be careful with your words. You know, as entrepreneurs, sometimes we probably wake up in the wrong side of the bed, right? Or probably we're thinking of so many things that you just say things without thinking. So the way you say your business, the way you project your business will be a matter of how you deliver it yourself, no matter what kind, but you have to choose the right words. It's not simply as lang. You know, in Filipino, it's very common when we say, what's your business? They always say, buy and sell lang, which sometimes is belittling, sometimes is telling people, well, you don't have confidence in your business, no? So you have to choose the right keywords, as they say in the internet, SEO, search engine optimization, no? The third is train your employees in a way that they can learn how to power sell and products and services. You know, we as entrepreneurs, we are not Superman. We are and we should be team players. We have to train people. We cannot just say, uh, so be it. You know, I get some warm body. I pay you every 15th and 30th. Here you are. Do what I had to tell you. So you have to train them. You have to empower them in order to tell them exactly what you want them to achieve. Give them some room. Give them some empowerment so that they learn how to project themselves using your guided training. So you have to train people, you have to choose people. And again, it's not a matter of the school, but it's a matter of how they think. It's a matter of how their kind of attitude is all about. So let them first believe in your product or services. That's very important, because there's no point letting them or training them without even getting them the experience, making them catching them on their unguarded moments, whether they love your products or services. The third is be active using social media platforms. You know, social media is something that we cannot forget. It's here to stay. It's here and now and here. So if you are not keen, or you have not professionalized, or you think that social media is something that, oh, well, it's just passing fancy. I don't think it is. Using social media, learning. There's no age limit here, by the way. People always say, I don't know, I'm old, I don't know how to do Twitter, I don't know how to do Instagram. There's tons and tons of information, there are tons and tons of Google, there are tons and tons of YouTube that are just around, and tons of people around helping you out. Just make sure you really know what you're trying to project. The fifth is give value to your customers. I would always put it this way. It's not that you're selling a product or services. You are selling an experience. You are selling a value which your customers will love it. You walk the talk, you walk an extra mile. That's very, very important to me. You learn how to go sort of make your customers feel so empowered. That's what a life of entrepreneur is. The third is educate. Educate your customers. That will help increase your brand awareness. Okay, let me just be honest with you. You have to make sure that you listen. You have to make sure that people understand what you're trying to sell, what your services are. You have to make sure that you keep on telling them what your brand is all about. Do not do hard sell. I always say, do a soft sell, a very, very subtle way. Okay. And the last, I think, is data-driven decision making. This is something I'd like to share with you. So many people, so many entrepreneurs just waste their money doing a lot of impulsive actions, a lot of hit and miss, and sometimes miss. It's a wasteful resources. You have to learn. So how do you do it? One, know where your customers are coming from. Know what they want. Know their age limit. Know their preferences. So in how do you do this? Again, there's so many ways. So many. You can probably get some promotions. You can come up with some data gathering, some testimonials, and try to know that your customers understand your brand. There's no point coming up with decision making if there is no data to speak of. How can you sell if you don't know what your customers want? So for me, in order to come up with a very driven business success, make sure you know what you're talking about. Make sure, I always say, like what I did, for example, today, simplicity. The simplicity of a method of hitting a maximum at the least cost. That's the name of the game. An entrepreneur is always trying to explore possibilities. Never, never stop. Again, Butch Bartolome here. If I can be of help, let me know. Give me a call, email me, franchiseconsultants@gmail.com, or leave any message in this Facebook. Thank you. Bye-bye. Keep it up.